the selected financial data for A, B, and C companies for the year ended 31st March 2016 were as follows, and they want us to prepare an income statement. Okay, so income statement for companies A, B, C. All right, we have particulars. And now they want us to make an income statement, and they've given us leverage data. So we are going to make the format for leverages. We have sales less variable cost. Subtracting these two will give us contribution, and subtracting fixed cost from this, will give you earnings before interest and tax. It will be good if you use full forms. Okay, earnings before interest and tax, from which you can subtract interest to get yourself earnings before tax. From that, you can subtract tax to get yourself earning after tax. And now let's see what data we have. Okay, we've been given information up till tax rate. Nothing else. There's no preference dividend. There's no number of shares. So our sum ends at this point of time. Okay, there's nothing else after this. Now we shall proceed. We're going to pick up all the data that's available and put it within this income statement. Okay, so they have said that variable cost. Okay, now this is only for A. They're telling us that the variable cost is 66 2 by 3. And now whenever you get 66 2 by 3, take it from me, it means 2 by 3, 2/3. How? If you take 66 2 by 3, this is a mixed fraction. Convert it into improper. You multiply the whole number into the fraction. 66 into 3 on the calculator. Okay, 66 into 3 gives you 198. And then you add the numerator. That's how you do it. So you get 200. Okay. So remember, this is percentage. So it's not really 66 2 by 3. It's 66 2 by 3%. So by doing this, I'm simply going to get 200 upon 3%. And percent means something upon 100. So what we have in the denominator is 200 upon 100 into 3. And cutting this gives you 2 by 3. 2 by 3. Okay, this is for your understanding. So how is that going to help us? I am only going to solve A in this video. Why? Because if I solve A, you know how to solve B and C. Frankly, B and C don't even have those fractions which you need to worry about. It's just straight off numbers. Okay, so over here, corresponding, and this is only to do with A. Okay, so if you really want, you can make inner columns for all of them. Okay, like this. It's required up till contribution. Okay, and then you can proceed. Alright, so, or you can do it in your working note, which is even better. Alright, so what am I doing? If sales is 100%, then only for A, variable cost is going to be 66 2 by 3%. And you can subtract 100 minus 66 2 by 3 is going to give you 33 1 by 3. Okay, and again, if you don't want to stick to percentages, okay, we know that variable cost is 2 by 3. We know sales is full, 1. So 1 minus 2 by 3 will give you 1 by 3. And for those of you who are weak in fractions, 1 minus 2 by 3, okay, this is 1 upon 1. We cross multiply. We get 3. 3 ones are 3. 1 into 2 minus 2. And we get 1 by 3. Anyway, why am I doing all of this? Because it's going to help us solve. Next, what other data has been given to us? Interest expense is 200, tax rate is 40%. That's all I have. Interest expense is 200, tax is at the rate of 40%, which is common to everybody. Now, I've also been given data of the degree of operating leverage and financial leverage. Degree of operating leverage is 5. Degree of financial leverage is 3. Okay, so degree of operating leverage is 5. Degree of financial leverage is 3. Now you need to understand degree of operating leverage is equal to contribution upon EBIT. Degree of financial leverage is equal to EBIT upon EBT. Now, I do not have data for contribution, EBIT or EBT, but I know, looking at this table, that EBIT minus interest gives me EBT. So what if I take EBIT as X? That means EBT is going to be X minus 200. Okay, and using that logic, I'm going to put it downstairs. Okay, so I'm going to take EBIT as X, and therefore EBT is going to be X minus 200. And now that I have that, what we are basically saying is 3 is equal to X upon X minus 200. Now this X minus 200 is in the denominator, it is division, it goes that side, it becomes multiplication. Okay, so it's going to be 3 into X minus 200, which is equal to X, because this X remains here. Anyway, so now we multiply inwards. 3 into X is 3X, 3 into minus 200 is minus 600. So this implies to 3X minus 600 is equal to X, which again, the X over here is addition, goes that side, it becomes subtraction. This 600 over here, subtraction, goes that side, it becomes addition. Okay, so what we're going to end up with is 3X minus 2X is equal to 600, and therefore X is equal to 600. And what is this X? EBIT. Okay, so we have 600 here, and therefore 600 minus 200, which gives us 400 here. And since it's at a 40% tax, 40% of 400, please do it on the calculator, you'll get 160, and subtracting you get 240. So I've solved till the bottom, but I need to go upward still. Okay, so how do I do that? I have now got EBIT, which I know is 600, and that's going to help me because I have an equation over here which says that 5 is equal to contribution upon EBIT. So I know what is EBIT. EBIT is 600. Okay, so I'm able to go here and say that contribution upon EBIT, I'm substituting 5 equals contribution, I'm substituting the value of EBIT, which is 600. Okay, so 5 is equal to C upon 600, and therefore C, okay, 5 into 600. 600 years division goes outside, becomes multiplication. 5 into 600 is equal to C, therefore C is equal to 3000. Now that I have this, life becomes very easy because I have reached over here. Now, if I've got 3000 over here, the difference between these two is going to give me 2400. Okay, and in that way, 3000 minus 2400 gives me 600. Now, 3000 corresponds to 1 by 3. 1 is X, and we have to cross multiply like that. And I'm going to write it over here so it becomes more easier for you to understand. Okay, 1 by 3, the same thing. Okay, remember this is in the same row. 1 by 3 corresponds to 3000, and therefore 1 is X. Okay, so 1 by 3 corresponds to 3000. 1 is X, and we cross multiply. So it's going to be X is equal to 3000 into 1 divided by 1 by 3. That's how we cross multiply. And we can convert a division sign into multiplication sign by taking reciprocal. So X is equal to 3000 into 1 into 3 by 1. And therefore, this time around, X gives us 9000. And that is what I'm going to take here. Now you can cross multiply again to get 2 by 3, or simply multiply 2 by 3 into this number, or simply subtract. Either way, you're going to get the same answer, which is 6000. Okay, so with that, I have finished the income statement. I have finished the income statement for A, and you have to follow exactly the same procedure for B and C. So you'll have the method with you. If you'll have doubts, please message in the comments. And I want to hear from y'all. Your homework is to post in the comments the answer for revenue, that means sales for B and C. Okay, tell me the sales and the EAT for B and C in the comments. Thank you very much for watching. Please like, share and subscribe. Good day.